Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us on Golden Sunrise National and World News. In the headlines, federal government select 12 varsities for electric vehicle production. Court jails 9 Chinese nationals for economic sabotage, others repatriation. OMEF Fishnet advocate protection of the oceans to sustain the planet as the world celebrates World Ocean Day. Governor Diri advocates collaborative governance model to avert threats from ocean rise to communities in the Niger Delta region. And on the foreign scene, Colombia presidential hopeful shot in the head at rally. Details coming up shortly. And now the details. I am Michael Emenyonu. As part of the first Nigerian policy of the President Bola Tinubu's administration, Mr. Oluwemimo Osanikmi, the Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, has disclosed that 12 universities have been selected for electric car manufacturing. The 12 universities, comprising two from each geopolitical zone of the country, according to the GG, will be financed by the Bank of Industry and other key financial institutions. Mr. Osanipi made this disclosure in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, during a stakeholders engagement with the Association of Motor Dealers of Nigeria, AMDON, and the Nigerian Automotive Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, NAMA. The theme of the engagement was import of used cars and dealership regulation in Nigeria. He stated that Nigeria was also committed to components and parts manufacturing as part of its preparation for the production of made in Nigeria vehicles and in fulfillment of the fourth Nigeria policy. According to Osanikmi, the country is on its way to achieving 100% locally made electric vehicles, adding that the federal government has already built stations in 10 of the universities in readiness for the project's takeoff. A federal high court in Lagos has sentenced 9 Chinese nationals, including 2 women, to 1 year's imprisonment each for offenses bordering on economic sabotage and financial terrorism. Justice Daniel Osiago delivered the judgment following the defendant's guilty plea under a plea bargain agreement with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The convict Xiao Shangyu, Liu Yongrong, Liu Gang, Du Jigang, Liu Dong, Ogbun, Sheng Zhen, Lao Ru Feng, and Deng Wengong were each fined 1 million naira in addition to their custodial sentences. The court further ordered their repatriation to China upon completion of their prison terms. The EFCC had arrested the convicts on December the 10th, 2024, during a massive raid on a building on Onyi Jolayemi Street in Lagos. Over 700 suspects were apprehended during the operation, which targeted a suspected cybercrime and economic sabotage syndicate. During proceedings, Mr. Nnameka Omewa, counsel for the EFCC, informed the court that the defendants had opted for a plea bargain, which the commission found acceptable. Mr. Folarin Damela, counsel for the defense, also confirmed the arrangement and urged the court to adopt it. Justice Osaigo thereafter read the amended one-count charge to the defendants, to which they all pleaded guilty. The charge accused them of accessing computer systems in December 2024 with the intent to destabilize Nigeria's economy and social structure. It further stated that they employed Nigerian youths to commit identity theft and impersonation for financial gain. The court ruled that their prison terms should commence from December the 10th, 2024, the day of their arrest. Additionally, the judge ordered the forfeiture of all items recovered from the convict, including furniture, laptops, and other computer gadgets, to the federal government. Justice Osiaga also mandated the Nigerian Immigration Service to deport the convict after they serve their sentences. Professor Mike Ozekomo, San constitutional lawyer, has cautioned that Nigeria is veering dangerously toward authoritarianism, warning that the country could morph into a de facto one-party state if current trends continue unchallenged. Appearing on a national television program, Professor Zekumo sounded the alarm over what he described as a growing erosion of political diversity and ideology identity in Nigeria's democratic space. Professor Zekumo condemned the escalating pattern of political defections and opportunistic party switching branding and a symptom of weak ideology foundations among the nation's political elite. Drawing from Nigerian's political history, Professor Zekumo recalled the overconfidence of the former ruling PDP, which was proclaimed a 60-year reign only to be upended after 16 years. He warned that similar complacency could breed authoritarianism under the current administration. He pointed to President Bola Tinubu's consolidation of loyalists across key government institutions, cautioning that if opposition forces remain fragmented, the 2027 election could resemble a solo contest. Equally troubling, equally troubling to Professor Zekumo is what he described as a growing apathy of ordinary citizens. Dr. Ruben Abati, veteran journalist, has issued a strong refutal to comments made by Mr. Lere Olayinka, the senior special assistant on public communications and new media to Chief Nyesom Wike, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, against him on a live television program. We recall that Mr. Olayinka, in what looks like a combative appearance on the television program on Friday, June the 5th, 2025, accused Dr. Abati of hypocrisy for describing Chief Wike as rude over a recent comment by the FCT Minister on former Governor Rotimi Amechi. Mr. Olayinka alleged that Dr. Abati, a former presidential spokesperson, once sought financial assistance from Chief Wike during his reported entanglement with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Chief Wike's aide also questioned Dr. Abati's journalistic objectivity and accused him of being a mouthpiece for Chief Rotimi Amechi, former Minister of Transportation. But in a detailed response released on Saturday, Dr. Abati categorically denied Mr. Olayinka's claims, describing his remarks as lies and fabrications. Dr. Abati also addressed his previous encounter with the EFCC, clarifying that it was part of a routine investigation and never resulted in any charges or restitution demands. Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, the managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), says the commission will continue to sponsor programs that support technologically advancement and digital transformation in the Niger Delta region. Speaking in Port Harcourt at the Tech Expo 2025, Dr. Ogbuku emphasized the importance of bringing together innovators, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders to explore the future of technology in Nigeria. He observed that the Tech Expo served as a platform for dialogue, collaboration, and innovation focused on leveraging technology to drive sustainable development in the Niger Delta region and beyond. The NDDC Chief Executive Officer said that by sponsoring the Tech Expo, the Commission was demonstrating its commitment to fostering technological growth and development in the region. The NDDC boss called on technology company leaders to build platforms that empower young people and foster tech-based skills. He urged youths to use social media positively as a tool for self-development and financial empowerment. Dr. Ogbuku said that the world of tomorrow will be shaped by the designs and technologies emerging today. The Tech Expo featured interactive sessions, hands-on workshop, and high-impact networking opportunities where participants collaborated on tech-driven solutions to regional challenges. The Health of Mother Earth Foundation, OMEF, and Fishnet Alliance have advocated the protection of oceans as a panacea to sustain planet Earth. Ms. Kome Odomo, Media Communications led at OMEF, in a statement said the two organizations made the call on Sunday as part of activities to commemorate the 2025 World Oceans Day. According to OMEF, an ecology-focused group, the ocean is one vast body of water with various faces. It accounts for approximately 71% of the Earth and plays significant roles in environmental and climate systems and more broadly in life on Earth. Dr. Nimo Bassi, Executive Director OMEF highlighted the importance of World Ocean Day, which is celebrated annually on June the 8th, to underscore the immeasurable importance of the world's ocean and Ghana's support for their protection. OMEF noted that beyond the ocean's diverse faces, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, and Southern, the ocean is connected to and interacts with other comparatively smaller surface water bodies such as seas, gulfs, bays, lagoons, estuaries, and groundwater systems. OMEF noted that as the world observed World Ocean Day with the theme Wonder, sustaining what sustains us, it is time for humans to reflect on its exploitative, violent, and destructive relationship with the ocean and embrace a new beginning. Chief Jones Abiri, a Niger Delta journalist and publisher, has strongly advised on delegates of the Presidential Amnesty Program PAP to sheathe their swords, embrace peace, and avoid acts capable of tarnishing the good images of High Chief's government Emma Popolo alias Tompolo and Dr. Dennis Otwaro, the administrator of the Presidential Amnesty Program PAP. Recall that some delegates of the Presidential Amnesty Program PAP were alleged to have been instigated against the duo of Chief Tompolo and Dr. Otwaro by some of their leaders and politicians. But reacting in a statement in Yenugua, Chief Jones Abiri expressed shock on the media attack and describing it as disgraceful and warned them of their consequences in future. Chief Jones Abiri, who is also a media practitioner, urged the aggrieved delegates to sheathe their swords, advising that it was despicable that people who had paraded themselves as leaders would descend so low as to resort to the use of blackmail with hatred to snatch leadership. The Ijaw National the Ijaw National Congress, INC, worldwide has stressed the need for promoting coastal resilience, policy, and good governance in managing coastal resources in Nigeria. Professor Benjamin Okaba, Global President INC, said this on the occasion of the Ocean Rise and Coastal Resilience Summit, which was held in Nice, France on Saturday. In a statement made available on Sunday, Professor Okaba, in his presentation, Coastal Resilience Policy and Governance, Implications for Economic and Environmental Sustainability in Ijaw land, said there is need for a proactive approach to managing coastal resources. He also stressed the need for protecting infrastructures and promoting sustainable livelihoods in coastal communities across Nigeria. Professor Okaba called on all stakeholders to join the INC in its effort towards a more resilient and sustainable future for Ijaw land. The INC Global President reiterated the commitment of the INC to building resilience, providing sustainable development, and protecting the rights of the people. You are listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golden FM, Yenugua. Still to come, more news. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. You're still listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golden FM. Now for the rest of the news. Governor Doye Diri has advocated a collaborative governance model to avert threats from ocean rise to communities in the state and the Niger Delta region. Governor Diri, who spoke on Saturday at the Ocean Rise and Coastal Resilience Summit preceding the United Nations Ocean Conference, UNOC, in Nice, France from June 9th to 13th, called for collaboration among global, national, and subnational stakeholders in order to save communities ravaged by ocean surge and coastal erosion. The Bayelsa governor said he was at the conference, which is being co-hosted by the governments of France and Costa Rica, in furtherance of the administration commitment to bring to global attention the environmental challenges of his region, and particularly Bayelsa State. In his presentation during the panel session themed Multi-Level Governance of Coastal Cities and Regions, Governor Diri emphasized the primacy of collaboration among stakeholders if the challenges of global warming, climate changing and ocean rise will be adequately addressed. He said Bayelsa communities face an ever-present threat from rising sea levels and coastal erosion as a result of its geographical location. Governor Diri stated that his administration had initiated innovative policies to address some of the issues, including creating a ministry. The Bayelsa Emsman equally advocated for global funding support for affected states and communities. The well-attended summit, which had in attendance Senator Jerry Kerry, a former United States Secretary of State and Special Envoy on Climate, attracted other global stakeholders, scientists, and policymakers in a bid to address the challenges of rising sea levels, coastal erosion, climate adaptation, and sustainable development. Also present at the session were the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umo Eno, and delegates from Lagos and Cross River States. The Bayelsa governor, who was accompanied by Chief Abraham Ingombere, Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, Professor Benjamin Okaba, President of the Ijaw National Congress, INC, and Dr. Faith Zibbs Godwin, the Commissioner for Marine and Blue Economy. Others were Mr. Wakaide Ere, a director in the ministry, and Mrs. Fokanzi Koroye Crooks, the technical advisor on international development and liaison. Governor Doidiri has called on all leaders cutting across politics, religious, business, and traditional institutions to make necessary sacrifices for Nigeria to be a better place. Governor Diri made the call at the weekend when he hosted the Muslim Ummah in the state to a lavish state lunch to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration in Government House, Yenagoa. Represented by Senator Lawrence Erujako, the Deputy Governor, the Bayelsa State Chief Executive noted that Nigeria is not making the desired progress because our current leaders are doing little or nothing in terms of sacrifice and love for the welfare of the common people. Governor Diri, who did not spare himself while lambasting the political class, said Nigeria will start working as an invaluable place among the Committee of Nations in the world if those in authority led the people with love. While congratulating the Muslim Ummah in the state and across the country on the 2025 Eid al-Kabir celebrations, Governor Diri called on them to remain peaceful and contribute towards the development of the state and the country at large. In his remarks, Alhaji Yakubu Otobo, the state chairman of the Council for Islamic Affairs, expressed gratitude to the Bayelsa state government for always identifying with the Muslim community in the state during and after their religious festivities. Earlier in his welcome address, Reverend Gutspower Asingba, the special advisor to the governor on religious matters, highlighted the support of the state government and thanked the deputy governor for always creating time to celebrate with the Muslim Ummah and called on them to reciprocate the good gesture by being law-abiding and supportive of government policies and programs. On the foreign scene, Senator Miguel Tobe, a Colombian presidential candidate, remains in intensive care after he was shot 3 times, twice in the head at a campaign event in the capital, Bogota. Senator Tobe, who is 39 years old, was attacked while addressing supporters in a park on Saturday. The country's Attorney General office said the police arrested a 15-year-old suspect at the scene. Mrs. Maria Claudia Tarazona, Senator Aruba's wife, called on the nation to pray for his survival, saying he is currently fighting for his life. Senator Aruba's Centro Democratico Party condemned the attack, calling it a threat to democracy and freedom in Colombia. And that is the Golden Sunrise and National World News from Golden FM Yenagoa. But before we go, a recap of some of our major stories. We told you that the federal government has selected 12 universities for electric vehicle production. The court has jailed 9 Chinese nationals for economic sabotage and ordered their repatriation. OMEF and Fishnet have advised for protection of the oceans to sustain the planet as the world celebrates World Oceans Day. Governor Doidiri advocated for collaborative governance model to avert threat to ocean-rise communities in the Niger Delta region. And on the foreign scene, Colombian politician, presidential hopeful, has been shot at the political rally in Bogota. And that was the Golden Sunrise National and World News. For news stories, comments, and observations, please send us an email at goldenfmyenugua@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok on 97.5 Golden FM Yenugua. And that was the news edited by Isaac Eyedode and Michael Emenyonu. Good morning and enjoy your holiday.
Golden FM 97.5.